Hello, everyone. Welcome back to week number 5 of our 10-week series on evangelism, which is inspired by the J. Max Stiles book, How Do I Get Started in Evangelism? Today, we're diving into pages 30 to 33, which is all about having confidence in the gospel. Romans chapter 1, verse 16 says, "For I am not ashamed of the gospel, for it is the power of God for salvation to everyone who believes." Now think about the Apostle Paul for a moment. He faced the dominant Greek and Roman cultures, intimidating opposition, derision from other religions, and even outright hatred from his own religious background. Yet, Paul kept his confidence in the gospel because he knew its power. Now, knowing the gospel is essential, but understanding its power can motivate our evangelism. We might not always see it, but the gospel's power is proven in our lives and can be proven in the lives of others as well. Now, being ashamed of the gospel can take many different forms. It can be the fear of rejection, it could be worrying about others' opinions, or maybe staying silent because we're afraid of making mistakes. And sometimes we might hide behind evangelistic programs and events instead of sharing the gospel for ourselves. We may think that setting up for a church event or handing out invitations is enough. Now, don't get us wrong. Evangelistic events are great. We want you to invite people to a gospel preaching church. But always remember that sharing your faith with a friend is far more impactful than any outreach event ever can be. Most people come to Jesus because they heard the gospel through a relationship with a friend or family member. And typically, the people who lead most people to Jesus aren't big speakers at fancy events, but are Christian moms who love their kids. No event can be as effective or as large as every Christian sharing their faith one-on-one with their friends. The author tells us to think of it this way. A program is to evangelism as to what sugar is to nutrition. A little bit of it is okay, but too much of it can leave you malnourished. Just as sugar gives a quick burst of energy but lacks lasting nourishment, relying solely on programs can make us feel like we've done some evangelism when in fact we haven't. So I want to encourage us to have less confidence in programs and more confidence in the gospel. Sometimes it's best to just forget the program and simply ask someone to read the Bible with you. We encourage you to start with the book of Mark. It's fast-paced, it's almost like a movie script, and everything Jesus does points to the fact that he is the Son of God. I want to thank you for joining us today. Remember, the power of the gospel is in the message itself, and our confidence should rest in that. Stay tuned for our next session where we're going to focus on pages 33 through 37 of our book and discuss the idea of not assuming the gospel. We'll see you then. God bless you all.